Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where there is plenty of Barca news for us to discuss. As today we are going to be talking about the brand new signing presented today. Pablo Torre was at the Camp Nou for his unveiling. We're also going to be talking about the confirmed exit of Dani Alves, the potential arrival of Jules Kounde, and also a brand new offer being readied for Robert Lewandowski. It is all coming your way, so let's get into it. Because if we do, first of all, start with the unveiling of young Pablo Torre, the brand new signing there, who will initially join Barcelona B, coming in there from Racing Santander, and he has signed a contract there until 2026 with a release clause for now of 100 million euros. And this, of course, was the very first time as well that we've seen the new Barca kit, presented and in the flesh in this way, and I think it looked good, and it was great to see there Pablo Torre as that new Barcelona player. I think he's hugely exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing him hopefully in pre-season there in the first team, because there's plenty of talent there right now. 19 years old he is. He helped Racing to promotion there to the Segunda last season. 10 goals and 10 assists, so double figures on both stats there, and he's a really balanced player at such a young age. He said today his idols growing up watching on the TV, Xavi and Iniesta, and I think it's going to be interesting to see exactly where he plays, because I think he is comfortable at times playing as that interior in a midfield position, but he's always going to try and be attack-minded. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we did deploy him out in wider areas too. I think he could certainly do a job there and really use a lot of his technical quality in those areas, and he is a very good set-piece taker too. That is what we need right now in this team, and I cannot wait to see over these years to come what he can do. We've got to be patient with him, of course. We've got to help him realise that potential. But believe me, Pablo Torre, he is one talented player you've got to keep an eye on. But as well today, there has been more official information, this coming later on in the day, because it has indeed been confirmed that Dani Alves, we did suspect that it might be the case, he is not going to be continuing at Barca next season. He made the announcement there on Instagram that he'll be leaving the club at the end of his contract this summer. He will not be renewed at Barca. And I just want to say, before we even go into the decision about this, huge respect, 100% with Dani Alves for the way that he actually came back to the club, even despite the way that he was treated by the previous board, what he went through there. He, of course, went away from the club for many years, but he always wanted to come back, and the kind of sacrifice that he made back in January to play, let's not forget, for the absolute minimum amount just to wear their shirt again. And I think if we're being honest, he is 38 years old now at times, as the season went on, you did see that, at the end of the day, age catches up with us all, but he still had some special moments, and I would certainly go away here from his brief return to the club thinking about that goal against Atletico Madrid, that wonderful occasion that it was at the Camp Nou, Dani Alves scoring, and then the celebration, feeling the warmth of the fans again, feeling the admiration of the Camp Nou for one more time. That's why he came back, to feel that again, and he will always be a part of this club, make no mistake about that. He might be leaving again now, he might be saying goodbye, but it's only a farewell, because he will always have a place at this club. But I think the feeling right now from Barca is that they didn't want to renew Dani Alves anymore, they didn't want to keep him on any longer. They're definitely looking right now for Dest to continue at right back next season. He's looking to be our #1 right back. They've now got Sergi Roberto, of course, as that cover as well, and Barca still haven't given up on signing Cesar Azpilicueta this summer, who would be another player to come in there and possibly play in that right back position. So I think the club felt as though Dani Alves, he did come in, he did help us out in a really crucial time. He also brought a lot, let's not understate that, to the dressing room in terms of the mentality and the attitude that he's always going to bring. And like I say, nothing but respect for that man. He's a legend, and I mean that, absolute legend at this club, and we wish him all the very best. But speaking, guys, indeed about defenders, what I want to talk about right now, again, is Jules Kounde. We did speak about him yesterday. We spoke about the fact that, out of everybody this summer, in terms of defensive acquisitions, he would be Xavi's dream signing. If he could choose from any player defensively, he would love to bring in Jules Kounde. But we didn't really know if it was going to be possible, if we could actually afford this deal for what would be a very expensive operation. But Huge news this evening. Really, really big report right now coming out of the Catalan media there, as Cat Radio say that Barça and Sevilla, they have been negotiating right now for quite some time in the background, and they say that a deal could be done for between 55 to 60 million euros for Kounde. There is the possibility as well that a player could be added to that operation, and no word yet on exactly who that player may be, but the deal could happen, and they even go as far to say tomorrow, of course, the all-important Thursday that we're all waiting on, if those economic levers can be activated in the way that we're all hoping and expecting, this deal, it could move closer, and Barça, Cat Radio say, are in deep, deep talks with both Sevilla for Kounde, and indeed between Kounde and his agent too. Several meetings have already taken place between the club and the player's entourage. So let's just wait and see on that. Huge, huge news that it would be if it's true, because he would be a statement signing at centre-back. I've said it many, many times now. Just imagine Araujo partnered with Kounde. What a potential partnership that could be. Will it happen? We'll have to wait and see, but this is something to keep an eye on. Finally though, guys, the player that I want to talk about is Robert Lewandowski. Because, of course, since that official bid went to Bayern, many, many weeks ago that it was, now 32 plus 5 million in variables. That was the initial offer that Barca sent the way of Bayern. And since we've sent that offer, we've heard nothing. Bayern have straight up ignored our offer for Lewandowski. They haven't even acknowledged it. So Barca have been sitting around waiting, wondering if they're going to get back to us or if we're going to hear anything about this. But I think Barca now are thinking, okay, that offer clearly hasn't gone down so well. We're going to automatically make another one. And it is being widely reported right now that Barca are going to follow up there with a second bid for Lewandowski. And that second offer, it's going to be more than 40 million euros. And Barca feel as though once they make that improved offer, this time, Bayern will acknowledge it. They believe that if they do submit an offer there that is exceeding 40 million, Bayern will start to talk, and they will start to be open to selling Robert Lewandowski. And the idea right now, in the ideal scenario for the club, and indeed Xavi, is that we will wrap up this deal for Lewandowski by the beginning of July. That is the period that all parties right now are looking at, because both Xavi and Lewandowski, they want to have it all wrapped up and ready for the start of pre-season. So let's wait and see there when that second offer comes, and once it does from Barca, let's see if this time Bayern could actually acknowledge it. Because that right there, guys, is everything right now that is going on at the club. Because speaking indeed about pre-season, there has been one more game completely confirmed for our preparations. Barca will be taking on Roma in the Joan Gamper Trophy, the annual match, of course, that takes place at the Camp Nou at the very end of our pre-season preparations. And that will, of course, be Xavi's first ever managerial meeting with Jose Mourinho. That should be absolutely fascinating. So Barca versus Roma there, the match to take place on the 6th of August. And please do let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below today, guys. Plenty to get through there. The unveiling of Pablo Torre, the departure of Dani Alves, and let me know your thoughts on all of the transfer speculation surrounding Kounde and indeed Lewandowski. There is lots more to come. Big day coming up for Barca on Thursday. I will see you then, of course. Thank you indeed for watching and for all of your support. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.